everyone, my name is Ayaan. Welcome back to my channel, Ayaan's Kids Learning Tube. Thank you all so much for watching my 35 previous videos. So today on Ayaan's Kids Learning Tube Day 36, we are taking a look at coronavirus part 2. So remember 35 episodes ago in Ayaan's Kids Learning Tube Day 1, we talked about the coronavirus part 1. It was 2 minutes long. Well, it has been almost 11 months. It has been 11 plus months since then. So we are taking a long overdue part 2. So let's get started. Okay, back then is when I was a little over 6 years old. But now I am almost 7 years old, so almost a year ago. So let's get started. In this episode, we are taking a look at 30 countries by COVID-19. We are not taking a look at highest or lowest, but we are going in a random order. So let's get started. 1. USA. In the US, the COVID-19 has been beginning since February. Yeah, so it is currently at 72,000 deaths. The highest state by infection is almost in Illinois. In fact, it's in California. And with that, we are moving on to country number 2. Second place, country number 2 is India. It's currently at 2 lakh deaths, 2.5 lakh deaths each day. Since April 19th, 2021, the deaths in India have been skyrocketing. Earlier in May 2020, the deaths in India was just at 90k. But after the extreme decrease in the coronavirus from June to August, June to March, it has continued again. And now it's at 2.72 lakh deaths every day. The most in Telangana, my home state, and I was born in it, currently has 270k cases. So let's move on to number 3. At our third spot, we have a different country. Obviously, we have China. It's surprisingly decreasing in terms of COVID-19. Yep, you heard me, China. It's currently decreasing at only 5,000 deaths, or even below that, per day. It used to be the highest country by COVID-19 until the extreme decrease. Moving on to number 4, we have Russia. Russia, obviously it has an extreme decrease. It's placed as the 10th highest country in the world in terms of COVID-19. It just reached half a lakh cases yesterday, April 20th, 2021. So anyway, we are moving on to 5th place. At our 5th place, we have Vatican City. Vatican City is a country and also a city-state inside Italy. It currently has 14 deaths and 14 recoveries. So there's currently 0 deaths in Vatican City. The main reason of this is because it has a small population of only 802. So yeah, not quite surprising. Currently in our number 6th place, we have New Zealand. Yep, New Zealand. of only 20 million people. Moving on to our 7th place, we have having one death and 117 cases. 116 of those have recovered. One person unfortunately died around mid-May 2020. Long ago, you were about to join the top countries. You were about to tie the top countries with the least COVID-19 with the Vatican. But you have one death. Oh. But you have a population of 11,000. Oh. So, do you make it? I don't know. So, anyway, moving on to our 8th spot. We have Brazil. It's a huge country with just over 5 million square kilometers and a population of 209 million people. About 1% of its entire population is infected by the COVID-19. To put that into perspective, about 1.5 million people. OMG, that's a lot. But deaths are also skyrocketing at 3 entire K. Oh boy, this is Brazil? Oh wow. Moving on to 9th place, we have Canada. Why didn't I put this in first place? Its population is only 30 million. And surprisingly, only 500,000 people of that are infected. Deaths are currently increasing like almost any other country in the world. So anyway, that is our 10th spot. Dun, 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 dun. In our 10th spot, we have Antarctica. Dun, 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 dun. It's actually not a country. Yep, you heard me, not a country. It's a continent, in fact, with a population of around 5. Yep, around 5. 5 scientists. That's all. So currently, obviously, 4 cases and 1 death. Most of those 4 are gonna die too, because of the extreme cold temperatures of a maximum there of negative 128 degrees in 1996. OMG. Moving on to number 11, we have Micronesia. It has a population of just over 30,000. Yep, 30,000. A whopping 15,000 of those are cases and a whopping 1,000 are deaths. But it places only the 137th highest country in percentages of COVID-19. Fun COVID-19 fact. The COVID-19 is the largest COVID ever existed. When will this go away? Technical difficulties. Anyway, moving on to number 14 actually. Yeah. We have Afghanistan. Its cases is at 20,000. And if the COVID-19 continues up to 2050, it will have 33,000. OMG. Deaths are currently at 500. And if the COVID-19 continues into 2100, it will have 11,000 deaths. Only if. I am sure it won't even last up to 2025. I think it will go away by end 2021. What do you think? Write your comments down below. Moving on to number 15, reaching our halfway mark. We have Sudan? Well, it split in 2011 and now it has a population of 11 million. And in 2010, it had a population of 32 million. Reason South Sudan was with it. But 1 million of those are deaths and 500k are now new cases. So, what do you think? Shall we move on? Okay, number 16, chapter 2. So, Italy is at our number 16th place. In Italy, you have 87%. If you're infected by the COVID-19, you have an 87% chance to survive the COVID-19 and a 13% chance to die. Obviously, the recovery rate is increasing and the death rate is decreasing. That's why in most of the countries in the world, the recovery rate is higher than the deaths. The number 30 is the last one, so it's gonna be rather surprising. So anyway, let's move on. Number 17. This video will take 20 minutes. Anyway, in our number 17th place, we have Australia. About 30% of its population is infected. Yep, a whopping 30%. So 30% of 25 million. Is it around 7 million? Okay, it's about around 7 million. The recovery rate in Australia is at 97.28%. So moving on to number 28. Okay, we are going fast. No, that's number 18. What am I saying? Okay, 18 in 13 minutes. Oh boy. So in our number 18th spot, we have Japan. About 0.66% of its population is in cases and 0.22% of its population is in deaths. So that's around 1% of 111 million people. Is that equal to 0.987? That's equal to 0.987 million. So almost a million, but pretty close. The recovery rate in Japan is 98%, slightly lower than the world average at 99.11%. So anyway, let us move on to number 20. No, that's 19. So in our 19th spot, we have Ukraine. Yep, Ukraine. Around the 132nd largest country in the world and has a population of only 20 million. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing that silly voice. But anyway, 1% of UK, 0.22% of Ukraine's population is deaths and 0.11% of its population is in cases. So that's 0.3% of about 25 million. Okay, I don't know math that much. So anyway, let's continue. At our number 20th space, we have, let's go to continents. Yeah, continents. So obviously starting off with Africa for no reason. So anyway, Africa has a population of 1.348 billion. Surprisingly, an African continent is having less population than two countries. China with 1.417 billion and India with 1.3891 billion. So Africa, 13% of its population is infected. Yep, 13. The recovery rate is at 77% and the death rate is at 23%. So isn't this video coronavirus part 2 longer than part 1. So that's why I wanted to do an overview part 2. So anyway, let's move on to number 21. We already did another continent. So let's do it. This is the 6 continents remaining. So at our 21st place, we have Asia. Asia's population is at 4.7 billion people, or equivalent to 63% of the world's population with 7.8 billion. Africa will turn to surpass that in 2018, but only for 30 years, and then Asia will become the most populated again. So, we didn't talk about the coronavirus in Asia. Maybe in the next continent, okay? At number 22nd place, we have Europe. And the coronavirus usually in Europe is at 7% of its population. Its population, 500 million, and 7% of that, almost about 80 million people. So anyway, let's move on to our 22nd place. Let's talk the continents, okay? Let's go for, surprise, Sweden. I don't know why I'm cheating. Anyway, Sweden has a population of 21 million people and has a land area of 77,000 square kilometers. But Sweden, 30% of the population is infected. Yep, 30. I mean 3%. 0.33. So 0.33% of 25 million. Oh boy. Anyway, the recovery rate in Sweden is at 92.2%. And the death rate, oh boy. What? Are you serious? I don't know that much. I don't know it too much. Table of 15, I know it into, but okay, that can do. So anyway, let's move on to our 23rd spot. Dun, 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 dun. In 23rd place, we have, okay, let's say, dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's not do that much. Universe. Yep, the universe. 0.33% of the population of 8.1 billion. So 0.33% of the 8.1 billion. Oh, I'm talking about except Earth. Yep. So 8.1 billion. Yep. 0.33%. Recovery rate just 33%. I'm talking about besides Earth, okay? That's why. So anyway, let's move on to our 25th spot. We are moving on quite close to the end, but not that much. Let's do 25th, yeah. So let's say Jupiter, Mars I mean. So currently the population of Mars is 1 people are infected. But there's Ayaan, come on, there's no COVID-19 in Mars. Anyway, 26th place will be better. So okay. Are you serious? Come on. I almost said the recovery rate. So anyway, at our 26th spot, we have let's say chance of another COVID-19. Okay. Yep, I'm serious. This is COVID-19 facts. It's 0.41% besides COVID-19. So moving on to number 27, we have Bosnia and Herzegovina. Yep, that's a country. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Okay, you want me to say it slow? Bosnia and Herzegovina with a population of 33,000. About 1,000 are infected, equivalent to 1/33rd of the population. and the recovery rate there is 92.88%, and that rate there is 7.88% or around 8.5%. So anyway, we are at 29th out of 30th. So at 29th place, I say let's do the observed universe with a population of 7.8 billion all in Earth. Okay, so almost all in 7.9 billion, almost all in Earth. The death rate is 33% and rest is the recovery rate. So at 30th place, finally, we have the world. That's why I said 30th place is special. So the world, yep, the world, a population of 7.838 billion, and also the death rate is at 0.32%, and the recovery rate is the rest. Hope you like Ayaan's Kid Learning Tube Day 36, which was about coronavirus part 2. Like this video if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. We are currently at 52 subscribers. And don't forget to hit the bell icon for more YouTube channel updates. Bye-bye. Hope you like Ayaan's Kid Learning Tube Day 36. See you on Ayaan's Kid Learning Tube Day 37. Bye-bye.